Hello, you are welcome to this tutorial on how to create great images with your phone. Due to the coronavirus pandemic, a lot of cities are now on lockdown. People have been advised to stay at home or work from home. This directive does not in any way stop life from going on. People will still have to celebrate their birthdays, babies will still be born into the world, wedding anniversaries, and a lot of other events will still happen. You might not be able to get a professional photographer to help capture these memories. So we thought a tutorial like this will help you create beautiful images with devices you already have at home. It doesn't really matter what device you have available or the type of phone you use. What matters the most is that you follow the basic principles of photography. Whether you're using a Microsoft phone, a Samsung S, anything, HCT, BlackBerry, an iPad, or small Torchlight phone that actually has a camera. Whatever device you have available, you could actually create images during this period. In this tutorial, I'm going to focus on 3 basic principles of photography. And the first one is light. Photography itself is writing with light or drawing with light. So you must pay attention to light if you want to create great images. With your mobile phone, most of us make the mistake of taking pictures using our flash. So the first thing I'll tell you to do is please put off the flash, automatic flash on your phone, on your mobile phone, if you really want to create great images. Instead, what you should be looking out for is, how do I get more light? What is the direction of light in my environment? For instance, you're in your sitting room, it's somebody's birthday, and you want to take a picture, a group picture, for instance. Some of us are very good with selfies and all that, but now let's pay attention to the first principle, which is light. The question you should be asking yourself is, how do I get light here? Forget about your flashlight. Do you have a window? Can you open the window blinds or just shift the curtains? You will get light in, right? Here. Is there a door? Or can we actually go to the balcony? Right. So now I'm talking about people who do not want to leave their sitting rooms. If you could go outside, great, go outside. But if you have to be indoors, then look for ways to get light, more light into your room. You can open the window blinds, the curtains, open the doors to allow light from outside to come into your room. Now, the next thing you need to do is not to back the light. So if the light is coming from this direction, you should be facing the light. The group of people who want to take these pictures should be facing the light and not backing the light. So the light should always be in front of your subject. Your subject this time, what we call subject is whoever you are taking pictures of. So light must be in front of the subject, should be in front of the subject if you want to create a great image. We've talked about getting light from outdoors, opening your windows, opening the curtains. That's a way to get more light in so that you can create great images. Another way to get more light in, if you have a TV screen, is there a TV in the sitting room? Put it on. Now, what does the TV do? The TV actually provides light for you. That is if you have no other options for light. So now the TV, serving as a source of light, should be in front of the subject, of the group of people who want to take a picture. Stand in front of the TV, so the TV projects some light on you, and then you're able to take a better image without using your flashlight on the phone. Another way you could actually create images or substitute light in your environment without using your flash on your phone is to actually use torchlights. Some of us have torchlights, like you have your torchlight that you use normally, there's no light or electricity. When there's no electricity and you use a torchlight, so you can actually use that torchlight as a source of light for your photograph. If you have a white wall, what you could do, someone in the image could stylishly put on this torch, bounce it on the white wall, and then the light bounces back to the people or the group of people who want to take a picture, and then you're able to provide light for that image. There are other ways you could actually be creative about getting light in so that you can create beautiful images with your phone. So the next principle of photography we're going to look at is focus, ensuring that your images are in sharp focus when you create them. So most of us, when you are using your mobile phone, your mobile device to take a picture, when you go to the camera, you actually see a ring that's actually moving, trying to select what to focus on. You can actually direct it to what you want it to focus on. It's always important that you touch the screen, touch the ring, so that the camera focuses sharply on your subject and doesn't move off the subject, okay? So that's one basic way to ensure you have sharp focus. Another reason most of us don't have sharp focus on our phone is because of camera shake. So our hand is not very steady in taking pictures. People like me will find it difficult to use, especially for a selfie, to use a phone or handheld device. So some people have a selfie stick. You could use that to help you get steady images that are sharp and in focus. Another way, you can actually always be creative about this. You can use the camera timer. That's why it's there. It's for you to be able to have less shake in your camera and then still have a very sharp image. Okay, some of us use it because we want to join the image. So you put it on 10 seconds, keep the camera there and run, join the image. That's one of the uses. Another reason is because you also want the images to be in sharp focus. So you could look for a platform in your house, maybe a bookshelf or a stack of books, or even your what do you call it, your water canister, right? Just look for a creative way to place your phone in the position you want it to be, and then on timer. So once it's on timer, the phone is steady, position yourself or your group to take your picture. When you do that, your pictures are usually in focus because the camera automatically takes the image without the effect of handshake. The third basic principle I would like to share in this tutorial is composition. Composition is you paying attention to your background, to the frame, whatever is in your frame. How have you positioned your subject, which is your point of interest in this frame that you have, which is a photograph. So we have different composition techniques. We have the rule of third, we have leading lines, we have point of view. If you want, you can do more research on different composition techniques. But for this tutorial, what I really want us to pay attention to as we create images in our homes is whatever is in this frame, do I want it to be in public view? Okay, so pay attention to that. The broom at the background, does it have to be there? Maybe you should just shift it off. The chair in the background, does it have to be there? Does it add any value to this image? Or so those are the things I'm actually thinking about when I talk about composition for your mobile photography. For some of us who are not just creating images at home with friends and family, maybe you will be thinking about those other basic techniques of composition techniques that I talked about earlier, and you can do more research on them so that you apply them in your images to create beautiful and breathtaking images. I hope this helps. Okay, so in concluding this tutorial, I would like you to remember that you are capturing memories, you are telling stories. So be deliberate about your storytelling. It doesn't have to be a birthday, it doesn't have to be a newborn, it doesn't have to be a wedding anniversary. A lot of things are going to be happening while you're on lockdown, while you're at home or in your environment. You can actually capture these things with your phone. Okay, so hopefully you will be able to use the tips you've learned from this tutorial to create beautiful images. I would actually like to see the pictures you create using the tips you've learned from this tutorial. You could tag me on Instagram or on Twitter when you post your images. Please tag us on your social media pages when you use these principles, so we know whether it was helpful or not. If you have any questions, drop it on the comment box. If you have any tips you want to add to this, Feel free to share with people. All I want to do is for people to learn new skills and be able to create beautiful memories during this period while we fight a pandemic called coronavirus. Okay, thank you. Hey, I forgot. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. Follow us on all our social media platforms. Thank you.